What's up, cooking squad? It's your girl Tay, and I am back with another cooking video.
Yeah, what's up with it? Do it cause I love it and I stuck with it. We ain't with the subbing in the cut with it. Please.
Hey guys, so first we are going to make our pancake sandwiches. I am going to air fry some bacon. We are going to air fry our bacon for a few minutes so they are nice and crispy. And then I'm going to just whisk up 4 eggs in a bowl. I have some pancake mix here. I'm just going to put that in a bowl. I'm going to add in some almond milk. We're going to give that a good stir. That wasn't enough pancake mix, so I just added a little bit more to the bowl, and we're going to mix it all in. I'm going to add some brown sugar. And then I'm going to add in some cinnamon. Y'all know I love my brown sugar and cinnamon in my pancakes. We're going to mix this all in. Then we're going to head over to our pancake pan, and we are going to spray it with some oil. We're going to spray the top and bottom with some oil. And guys, sorry about that. My camera went off, but I did put my pancake batter into the pan with a ice cream scooper, and the bottom parts we're just going to push that in. Now we are going to remove our pancakes from the pan. And then I am just going to add in some butter. We're going to fry up our eggs. We're going to let our eggs cook until they are fully done. Now we are just going to add in some cheese. I am using the Italian style cheese. We want to make sure that we mix our cheese up really well into our eggs. Then we are just going to add in our air fried bacon that we chopped up. We are going to mix our bacon all into our eggs. I'm going to add in just a little bit of parsley just to give our eggs a little bit of color. And then I'm going to mix that all in. And now that our eggs are done, we're just going to move that to the side. Now I am just going to take our cooked pancakes and flip them over, and we are going to butter them on the bottom. Now we are just going to take our eggs and we are going to top our pancakes with it. Now I'm just going to take the other pancake and put that on top, and then voila, breakfast is served, quick and easy. So now guys, we are moving on to lunch. These are all the ingredients that I'm going to be using. I have some rotisserie chicken here. I have some Caesar dressing, some provolone cheese that I'm probably not going to use. I have some celery, some pickles because I don't have any relish. I have some Italian bread, Parmesan cheese, olive oil, parsley, lemon juice, mustard, onion powder, garlic powder, Italian herb seasoning, and some minced garlic. So first I'm going to get started on my olive oil spread that I'm going to be using to put on top of our bread that we are going to be using. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in the bowl along with some minced garlic. You can put as much or as little as you want. I am not measuring it. Then I'm going to add in a little bit of parsley. Now I'm just adding in some Italian herb seasoning along with some garlic powder. We're going to mix that all in. I'm going to add just a little bit more garlic powder. I'm going to add in a little bit more parsley. And just a little bit more of the Italian herb seasoning blend. I'm going to add in some thyme leaves. Then we're just going to give it a good stir and set it to the side. So I didn't have any pickle really, so I'm just adding a little bit of sweetener to my pickles. So as you can see here, I went ahead on and shredded up my rotisserie chicken. So now I'm just going to add some Caesar dressing to my shredded chicken. And you can add as much or as little as you prefer, depending on how much chicken salad you are making. I'm going to add in a little bit of mustard, just to give it a tangy flavor. And I'm just going to mix this all in. So the Caesar dressing didn't get my chicken as moist as I would like it, so I am adding in 2 big tablespoons of mayo. Now I'm just adding in some seasoning. I'm adding in some onion powder, some garlic powder, and some Italian herb seasoning blend. But you can add whatever kind of seasoning that you want in your chicken salad. I'm going to add in a little bit of Parmesan cheese. I'm also going to add in a little bit of parsley. So now that our chicken salad is just about done, we are just going to cover it up and we are going to put it in the refrigerator and let it chill for a few minutes. So now I'm just going to take out my Italian bread. And then I'm just going to add some white American cheese on my bread. This is optional. You don't have to add cheese if you don't want. Then I am just going to pop my bread with the cheese on it in my air fryer just for a few minutes, just to let our cheese melt. So our cheese is just about melted, but I didn't like how hard the bread was, so I did just remove the cheese and added it to another slice of bread. So now that our chicken salad is nice and chilled, I am going to add some shredded lettuce to one side of our Italian bread. And this is optional. You can add whatever kind of toppings you want. You can also add tomatoes, but I didn't have any, so I just decided to put the lettuce. And now I am just going to add our chicken salad on top of the lettuce. I'm going to add about 1.5 scoops of our chicken salad on one side of our Italian bread. I'm just going to take our other slice of bread and set it on top. And then I am going to take our olive oil spread and use my brush just to spread it all over the top of our Italian bread. So now we are moving on to dinner. We are making a chicken Parmesan casserole. I have some rigatoni pasta here, and I am just going to let these boil for a few minutes. I'm going to let them boil for 1 minute less than the box requires for them to boil. We want them to be al dente because we are going to put them in the oven as well. So I'm going to add in a little bit of olive oil. And then we're just going to give our noodles a really good stir. So while our noodles are boiling, I'm going to go ahead on and pat dry my chicken breast. I have 2 chicken breasts here that I rinsed off already, and I'm just patting them dry. And don't mind the white parts on the chicken breast. I did defrost my chicken breast in the microwave because I forgot to take them out that night. So I decided to defrost them in the microwave, and they did cook a little bit, but that's okay. So now I'm just going to take my chicken breast and I am going to cut them up in little strips. So now that I have washed my hands all up, I'm going to go ahead on and stir our noodles. So now I'm heading back over to our chicken breast here. I have some Italian breadcrumbs, I have 2 eggs, and I have some all-purpose flour. So first I'm going to start by seasoning up my flour. I am adding in some seasoning salt, a little paprika. I'm adding in some garlic powder, some onion powder, and I'm just going to mix this all in really well so our seasonings are nice and incorporated into our flour. Now I'm just going to scramble up our eggs. So our noodles are just about done, so we're going to drain those. So since our noodles are done and they are drained, we are going to go ahead on and add those back to our pot. So I have some marinara sauce here, and I have the Prego brand. I'm just going to pour that all over our noodles. We are just going to mix our sauce all over our noodles. Make sure our noodles are nice and covered with our marinara sauce. So I'm just going to take my jar and add a little bit of water to it. Just to get the rest of that sauce out of there, I added a little bit of water, and I'm just going to shake the jar up to get all the excess marinara sauce out. And we are just going to pour that on top of our noodles and mix it in. Now we are going to go ahead on and add in some grated Parmesan cheese to our noodles. I am just going to add this whole container because I just have a little bit left in here. Then we are going to go ahead on and add in some mozzarella cheese to our noodles. So you can add as much or as little cheese as you want to your pasta. Then we are just going to go in and give our noodles a really good stir. So now we are heading back over to our chicken breast. I am going to put my chicken strip in the flour first. I am using my right hand for the dry ingredients, and I am going to use my left hand for the wet ingredient, which is the eggs. And then after we dip it into the flour, we are going to dip it into our egg mixture. And then we're going to head over to our Italian breadcrumbs and make sure our chicken is nice and coated. So before we finish breading up our chicken, I am going to heat up some vegetable oil in the skillet. I'm just going to cover the bottom of the skillet with the vegetable oil, and then I'm going to add in about 3 tablespoons of butter and let that melt. So now we are going to finish breading up our chicken breast. I'm using my left hand for the wet ingredients and I'm using my right hand for the dry ingredients, just so the batter won't get caked up on my fingers and it will be an easy clean up. And then we are just going to add our chicken breast to a plate and set it to the side. Now it's time to fry up our chicken breasts. We are going to fry them for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side until they are nice and golden brown. So it's been about 3 minutes and we are just going to flip our chicken over on the other side and let it cook on that side as well until that side is nice and golden brown. So y'all see how this chicken is looking. It looks so delicious. So now it is time to remove our chicken, and I am going to place it on some paper towels so we can drain all of the excess grease off of the chicken. So now that our chicken is all done, we are going to go ahead on and cut it up into bite-sized pieces. So my pasta didn't have enough sauce for my liking, so I went in and added in 2 small cans of tomato sauce. And I just went in and mixed in all of the extra sauce. So now we're heading over to our casserole dish. I am just going to spray it down with some Pam because we don't want our noodles to stick. And I am just going to add half of our noodles to the casserole pan, and then we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. We want to make sure that our noodles is nice and spread out at the bottom of the pan. Then we are going to go ahead on and add in our chicken breast. We're just going to spread our chicken breast all over the top of the pasta. Then we are going to go in with some Parmesan cheese, and we are just going to sprinkle our Parmesan cheese all over the top of our pasta. Then I'm just going to add some mozzarella cheese, and we are going to sprinkle this all over the top of our pasta as well. So now we are just going to repeat that same process all over again. So before we go ahead on and put our casserole in the oven, I'm going to top it off with some shredded Parmesan cheese. Then I'm going to top our casserole with some Italian seasoning. I am just going to spread it all over the top of our casserole. Then we are just going to top it off with some parsley. So now it is time to put our casserole in the oven. We're going to put it in the oven uncovered on 375 degrees for about 25 minutes. So our casserole is ready and our cheese is nice and melted. So guys, that is the end of our breakfast, lunch, and dinner video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you may be notified every time I upload a new video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Yeah, what's up with it? Do it cause I love it and I stuck with it. We ain't with the subbing in the cut with it. Please none of the talks, I heard enough of it. Like, what you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with?